Imagine a world perched on the edge of a cliff. That was Europe in 1914, a continent simmering with rivalries, powerful empires, and whispered secrets. Kings and emperors were connected by family ties, but beneath the surface, pride and power were pulling them apart. This is the story of World War I, the war that shattered the old world and forever changed the course of history. So what made this powder keg explode? Historians point to four deep-rooted causes, easily remembered by the acronym MAIN: militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. First, militarism. Europe was locked in a frantic arms race. Countries like Germany and Britain were building massive armies and navies, flexing their military might. By 1914, Germany had nearly 2 million soldiers ready for war. Everyone thought if a war did break out, it would be quick and glorious. Next, alliances. A web of secret pacts had divided Europe into two rival teams. On one side, the Triple Entente, France, Russia, and Great Britain. On the other, the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. If any one country went to war, their allies were bound to join them. It was a domino effect just waiting to happen. Then, imperialism. The great powers were in a mad scramble for colonies across Africa and Asia. Britain and France had vast empires, but newcomers like Germany wanted their place in the sun, leading to bitter competition and near clashes. Finally, nationalism. This intense, sometimes extreme, pride in one's nation was boiling over, especially in the Balkans. People there dreamed of breaking free from the Austro-Hungarian Empire, fueling unrest and hatred. All that was needed was a single spark. That spark came on a hot summer day, June 28, 1914, in the city of Sarajevo. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, was visiting Bosnia. A young Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip stepped from the crowd and fired 2 shots. Those shots would echo around the world. Austria-Hungary, backed by a blank check of support from Germany, blamed Serbia and issued an impossible ultimatum. When Serbia couldn't meet every single demand, Austria declared war. Russia mobilized its army to protect Serbia. Germany then declared war on Russia and then on its ally, France. When German troops marched through neutral Belgium to attack France, Britain declared war on Germany. In just a few weeks, a regional crisis had spiraled into a global conflict. Ironically, the leaders of the main warring nations, Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany, Tsar Nicholas of Russia, and King George of Britain, were all first cousins. Everyone thought the soldiers would be home by Christmas. They were tragically wrong. The war lasted for brutal years and cost over 20 million lives. On the Western Front, the dream of a quick war died in the mud. A vast network of trenches stretched for hundreds of miles, creating a bloody stalemate. Battles like Verdun and the Somme became symbols of senseless slaughter, where millions died for a few yards of land. New horrors like poison gas and tanks were introduced, but the deadlock remained. The turning point came in 1917. Russia, torn apart by revolution, dropped out of the war. But at the same time, the United States joined the Allies. By 1918, a final German offensive failed, and the exhausted Central Powers began to crumble. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, 1918, an armistice was signed. The guns finally fell silent. World War I was more than just a war. It was a cataclysm that toppled empires, redrew the map of the world, and tragically planted the seeds for an even deadlier conflict just 2 decades later. Known as the war to end all wars, its greatest lesson is perhaps how fragile peace truly is and the devastating cost of unchecked ambition.